Poco M5s review. Xiaomi has just launched two new smartphones under its Poco brand. They're called the Poco M5, which costs $199, and the Poco M5s. Whereas the M6 has an LCD screen, and 3 cameras, and uses the Helio G90T processor. One small difference between the Poco M5 and the M5 is how they look. On the front of the device, there's a single sensor in the middle of the top bezel. On the rear side, there are 2 cameras. One at the top left corner and another at the bottom right corner. But the M5s don't have any additional sensors. The two phones also come with different finishes. Where the M7 comes with a textured, faux leatherette back in black, green, gold, and red colors, the M8 comes with a glossy, metal finish and is available in silver, gold, and rose gold. The new model comes in a nice matte black finish, which gives off a sleek appearance. It's also very easy to clean, so if you're someone who likes to keep things organized, then this is definitely your best choice. On the front, there's a 6.4-inch AMOLED screen with a 2160 by 1080p display and an 8MP selfie snapper in the middle. Impressed by how sharp the display looked on my review unit. The AMOLED panel offers great color accuracy and viewing angles are good, although they aren't quite so wide as those offered by rival panels. You do get a decent amount of brightness out of the device though, especially outdoors where sunlight doesn't cause issues. The screen also gets very dark when viewed under black backgrounds. It has an audio out port, a USB Type-C port, and a 3.5mm headphone jack at the bottom of the unit. It has an NFC chip, which means you can use Android Pay. With regards to software, the Poco M7s runs MIUI 13, which is an interface created by Xiaomi and runs on Android 12. The UI doesn't really differ much from the one found on an Android device until you dive into the Settings app. Here you'll be able to change the color scheme, and font size and even add new wallpapers to personalize your smartphone experience. You can also download new ringtones and sounds to make your phone unique. However, if you're not keen on spending money on apps, then you might be disappointed with the lack of them here. You're able to use the app on both iOS and Android devices. The Poco M6 has 3 cameras, one 16-megapixel wide-angle lens, another 12-megapixel super wide-angle lens, and a third 5-megapixel telephoto lens. It also has 2 front-facing cameras, one for selfies and one for video calls. Key camera specs include a high-resolution sensor, a nightscape feature for creating beautiful nighttime photos, portraiture, which uses artificial intelligence to blur out objects in the background, and documents, which allows you to take professional-looking pictures without having to worry about composition. On the back of the device, there's a 13-megapixel f/2.4 camera with a 5-element lens, an LED flash, and a dual-tone LED flash. It has a 3D face detection feature but didn't notice any difference between photos taken with and without it. There's also a fingerprint sensor under the display. With video, the front camera is capable of recording at 720p resolution and 30 fps, but cannot record videos longer than 10 seconds. It has no support for the time. The M5s comes with a 5400 mAh battery, which Poco says can provide up to 37 hours of calls, 11 hours of gaming, 19 hours of music playback, and 30 days of standby time. After watching videos online for several consecutive days, found that after about 3.5 to 4.5 days, the battery would fall to about 80%, which dropped to 70% after 5.5 days and then to 50% after 6.5 days. At that point, the battery would last until the next day. After testing the battery life by watching videos, you could get at least 6 hours of screen time out of the device if you're not using it for intensive tasks.